At first glance, the row upon row of derelict houses appear to be empty. But look again, and amongst the abandoned properties there are signs of life here on Hull's Ghost Estate, but it is not a quiet life.
The kids are vandalising things, and then you've got the thieves coming round, people stealing the fencing, and kids setting fires every night.
3 years ago, James Chaplin moved into this council house on the Preston Road estate. It borders those due to be demolished. James tells me that when night falls, the streets become a nocturnal playground.
I'm sick of stones being thrown at my windows. If you say out to them, if you look at them wrong, they come round giving you grief and throwing stones at your windows. My car's been badly damaged. They've ripped the windscreen wipers off. And like come bonfire night, trick or treats, if I didn't give them any money, they ripped my wing mirrors off my car. It's just a nightmare around here. They're in and out the houses, they have bonfires in the houses, they steal your wheelie bins, they set them on fire. Nearly every night we've got fire brigade down here.
And this is an example of what firefighters have experienced. A young boy attempts to pull away the hose. He then uses a metal chain as a missile before hurling a wheelie bin at the crew.
We need to make sure that our firefighters are safe when they're doing their operational duties. We need to make sure that the community remains a safe place as well for the people that continue to live here. We want to first and foremost say to the young people that, look, these aren't playgrounds. This place has been prepared for demolition. That does not make it a safe place at all.
The houses here, pre-World War II and built of concrete, have been condemned as uninhabitable. Around 500 homes are to be bulldozed. Over the past 2 years, the council has moved the majority of residents, but others say they are trapped here. Philip Parker rents his home from a private landlord.
I have to wait now for council to buy the landlord out before we move, and we don't know what's happening. We're still waiting.
And in the meantime,
I go to work, my wife goes to work, comes back, and it's just like walking onto Beirut. You know what I mean? It's just atrocious. They're setting fire to the houses. I've got one next door, empty. You know, what's stopping the kids from going in there, setting fire, and it coming through to my house? Just want to be off.
the signs do not deter. The metal shutters cannot keep out the gangs.
The incidents we're typically seeing are deliberately started fires within the properties, around the properties, and we've had about over 40 since the turn of the year, which is quite high for us.
Nominal number.
It is, and when we consider we're sending 1, 2, maybe 3 fire engines to these incidents, and they're being redirected away from more life-threatening potentially incidents, and we only have 6 fire engines in Hull, so we're taking potentially half the resources that we have in that cover Hull to deal with fires that really can be avoided and can be stopped.
Not even the demolition crews are immune.
We've got security on at night. They've thrown stones through his car windows. He's had to have police out. His control centre's had to come out. Because it's such a derelict area and everything's boarded up, there's no control of it. And I think children from about 12 to 18 in gangs of like 20, they just use it as a playground.
From the police, an insistence that they are swift to react.
Some examples of that: we've had a problem family evicted from the estate recently for causing issues and antisocial behaviour, and we've also taken young people and individuals to court looking at criminal behaviour orders to minimise their disruption.
I do sympathise with it. I pass that area almost every day. I've passed it today.
The councillor with responsibility for housing told me that relocating residents has now taken on a greater impetus.
The council has to deal with it even more urgent than it's dealing with it now. We have increased the demolition programme, and since 2 or 3 weeks ago I think we've almost doubled the number of properties which we're demolishing, because we are aware of the problems of antisocial behaviour, and I saw a burnt out house there when I came here this morning.
Eventually new homes like the one Jamie ARNOTT now lives in will replace those being torn down. It's been 7 months since he left one of the condemned properties.
As people started moving out, the area just went completely downhill. The antisocial behaviour just got completely out of hand. My car was vandalised, my property was vandalised. I would go to work worrying about the safety of my children. And now we've moved into a new house. It's been a completely different change of life.
The Preston Road scheme is one of the biggest housing renewal projects the city has ever seen, but the timescale for completion is not clear. Would you want to live there, Councillor Black?
No, I wouldn't want to live there. I pass there every day, and I can say that a number of people, including myself, are working together to really move that demolition on at a pace. We won't lose a day in demolishing those properties and starting on with the regeneration programme.
Those we spoke to said that day cannot come soon enough. They feel they are the forgotten, the invisible, living on the ghost estate.
They need to get these areas secure and took down as quick as possible, because we've got to live with it all.
All I want to do is, like everybody else, just get off.
There's the phrase, an Englishman's home is his castle. How do you feel about that at the moment?
Not my castle, my nightmare. I've been moved from what I called a home into a place now I call a prison. I'm living on the council tip. That's what I'd say I'm living on.
Tina Gelder, ITV News, Hull.